A tightening band of ice around the island of Newfoundland is giving the Coast Guard major headaches. The Arctic ice stretches from northern Labrador to the Avalon Peninsula. Fishing boats, ships, and ferries are stuck all over. Bob Ulrich reports.
It happens nearly every year. Heavy Arctic ice sneaks into bays and coves and inlets all over the northeast coast. Here's what Portugal Cove looked like this morning. The federal icebreaker Grenfell was wet nursing the Flanders back and forth to Bell Island. Traipsing along behind an icebreaker might look easy, but it takes a special touch.
Well, especially when you're dealing with an icebreaker, you can't get back far, stay back too far, because the ice will just set right in and get no further ahead. And then when you stay close, and if he comes up on some heavy ridges, you've got to be prepared to stop pretty fast.
These longliners off Pooch Cove are among about 20 vessels that are trapped. There's a 40-kilometer band of ice jammed up against the shoreline all along the coast, and it's causing lots of problems. The St. Brendan's ferry hasn't operated for 8 days. Ferries to Fogo and Change Islands have managed to slog through, but the going is rough.
The Coast Guard has 3 icebreakers at work trying to free up vessels from St. John's to Botwood. What's needed is a south or southeast wind to blow the ice back out to sea. The forecast says that's not going to happen until Thursday at the earliest. Bob Ulrich, CBC News, St. John's.
The polar bear wandering around near St. John's for the past 3 days has finally been captured. This afternoon, the bear was still dopey from drugs given during the capture, but wildlife officers say he'll be fine. The bear was tracked down this morning when he came ashore near the St. John's dump. He was drugged and then put in a large cylinder-shaped trap and taken to a nature farm about an hour's drive from the city. Wildlife officers say they spotted the bear while he was out on the ice, but didn't approach the animal till he got to land.
The swell was pretty high, and he was being bashed against the rocks for 5 or 10 minutes. He had a hard time trying to get up on the land. Once he got on the land, we had some darts prepared. We waited for him to get up and shake himself off and come to his senses, and came around him and fired a shot and darted him in his left hind leg.
Late this afternoon, the bear was airlifted to the ice floes about 30 miles off Cape Friels in the Bonavista North area. Wildlife says they plan to release the animal in a spot where seals were plentiful, and they hope he won't move south again. Has no idea of all the commotion he caused.
No, but I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, good.